In this video, I'm going to show you how to operate a scale ruler. So we'll begin by just making sure that you're using the right tool. And so your scale ruler should be triangular in shape. And it should have measurements along both edges. So you can see here, mine has an 1/8 here, a 1/2 here. And these represent all the different scales that you can measure with on a drawing. So what's really cool about this is that it's a really efficient tool. So you can see here, this one is the side that you would use if you wanted to measure something that was drawn in 1/8 inch scale. And you can see here, right at the edge, there's a little line here and then a 0. And so this distance from this line to this 0 actually represents 1 foot in 1/8 inch scale. And so you can see here, and I'll show you a little bit more detail how to use this in a second, but that means that this line right down here in the middle, that's 6 inches. From here to here, that's 6 inches, and from here to here is 6 inches. And then those itty bitty lines in the middle each represent 2 inches because they're dividing the remaining 6 inches into a third. So you can see here it goes 0, and then it goes all the way up here 4 feet. So see, 1, 2, 3, 4 feet, 8 feet, 12 feet, 16 feet, 20 feet. And then if we move over to the other side, you can see here, the other side, the opposite side, is a 1/4 inch. And so that's twice the size of 1/8 inch scale. So you can see down here, the lower numbers represent counting from 1/4 inch scale. So you can see here 0 feet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so they're sharing the lines. But you can see here, similar from this line here to this line represents 1 foot in 1/4 inch scale. So this line here from here to here is 6 inches, and from here to this little line here is 3 inches. So basically what you can do is you measure first with the feet, and then you use these little lines over here to measure the inches. What you have to be careful though is right about in the middle, right about here, is when the 1/4 inch numbers from this side and the 1/8 inch numbers from this side get very, very close in length. So you have to be very careful and make sure that you're reading the correct numbers. So we're going to do the first couple here. So what I'm going to do is just kind of, I'm trying not to get my face in front of the camera and my head in front of the camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my 0 with the end of this line. You can see it's 1/8 inch scale right here. So you can see here, I'm going to line it here, and you can see if you count, so 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, and it's 28 feet and a little extra. So if I move the 28 foot mark to the edge and I move it over here, you can see it's just about, let's see, 28 feet and maybe 11 inches. Okay. So notice how we write it, 28 feet, 11 inches. Okay, so now let's move over to this 1/2 inch scale. As you can see here, it's 1/2 inch. So we're going to use this one on this side. So 1/2 inch. So what I'm going to do is line up my line to the edge. So it's 0. So we'll measure the full inches first. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 5 and a little bit, so I'm going to move that 5, so it's actually 8 coming from the other direction, but from this side it's 5. So we'll move that over here to the end, and we see that it's 5 feet, and so there's 3 inches, 6 inches, 7 inches, so 5 feet, 7 inches. And let's do one more. So this one is 3/4 of an inch scale. So we're going to use our 3/4 inch edge right here. And line up the 0. And notice I'm being real careful here. So there's 3/4, so it's 0, 1, 2, 2 and a little bit. So we'll move the 2 to this edge. And we can see it's 2 feet. And if this is a foot, then this long line is 6, these long lines are 3, so 3, 6, 9, and just about 10. So we've got 2 feet 10 inches. Okay, so you can measure the rest of them and write your measurements over on this side. Just don't forget the leading and trailing zeros, and also just be really, really careful that you are starting at the 0 mark and that you're counting on the correct numbers, okay? So the larger scale will be the lower numbers, and the smaller scale will be the ones closer to the edge, okay?